Hello everyone and welcome to the Game of the Year episode of the Bonus Points podcast. I'm Joe Garrett, joined by Ollie Guy.
For the final time.
For the final time. Oi, oi, Ollie.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. So if you don't know what this is, you can probably guess by the title. We've done it kind of every year since we started the Bonus Points. Basically, we go through our personal top 10 Game of the Years that were released this calendar year. So it's not top 25 games that we played this year.
Yep.
It's only including ones that were also released this year. And no debating. This is just sharing our own personal favorites and just celebrating the year of games.
We did have an outlier because I picked Fortnite one year. And that wasn't out that year.
But I think that's fair enough.
It had the zero
Yeah.
build update. It basically changed the whole thing.
And also like DLC on this is our list. We can do
It's
what we
our
want,
list, yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
It's our list. Put whatever we want on there. But we did stick to games coming out in 2025.
Yeah. It just feels like every year we get at least one comment of people saying, "Why didn't you include this?" And
true.
the answer is because it didn't come out this year.
True. Well, it's weird this year because I've got no idea what's. I think I know. I could name 3 of the games that are on your list, but the other 7, I've got no idea because
Oh, really?
I don't know if you've blocked me on PSN and Xbox or what, but I never see what you're playing. I never see you online, so I've got no idea what you've been playing.
Well, it's a bit of a weird. I played way less games this year than the previous few years. I've just been gaming less, and so a lot of the games I have played were podcast games or games I've been playing traveling, which might be the other reason why.
Oh yeah, true.
You're not seeing what I'm up to because
Yeah.
I'm offline. Right, so let's get into it. So we're going to alternate back and forth. The way we do it is there'll probably be some crossover for our list. So when we discuss the games, when we announce the games, we'll discuss them for a little bit as well, say why we like them. If we match up, we won't discuss the game again. So if I say a game that you know is on your list, that's your time to talk about it, and vice versa.
Okay, so do you think we should do it the second time it comes up?
Well, because we don't want to spoil the second time.
Oh
it
yeah,
comes
that's true.
up,
Actually,
right?
yeah,
So-
that's true. I just feel like the hype's a bit deflated when
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think that's the way to do it because the other person had it higher.
Yeah. What about honourable mentions?
So it's up to you where you want to do them because obviously if you do them first, it's kind of spoilers that they're not on the list.
I think I'll just do mine. I've only got 3,
Okay, yeah.
and they're all for good reason.
Okay, yeah.
So I think I'll just.
you.
Shall I rattle mine off quickly?
Yeah, you rattle yours off, then I'll do mine.
So the 3 honourable mentions that I got is one of them is Squeakross from the 7th of June by developer Albloon, which is basically Picross, but it's combined with a house building Animal Crossing style thing where you basically make your own little rat. And every time you complete a Picross puzzle, it makes a piece of furniture, you put it in. And Picross, for anyone that doesn't know, is kind of like Minesweeper meets Sudoku. It's called a nonogram. So if you look it up, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, it's one of those. But it's a good one, but it is still one of those, which is why I didn't make my top 10. And then, how many honorable mentions have you got?
I got 5.
You got 5? Or
Yeah.
do one of yours now.
So, well, I guess...
Do you just do every single game you played this year? That's 15 games if you've got 5. Was there anything that didn't make the list?
I mean, I suppose it basically is. These are basically all the games that came out this year
Right, okay.
that I
Go
played
on.
this year. I guess Arc Raiders, I probably don't need to explain what it is, but I mean, do I explain what it is? Everyone knows what it is. Extraction shooter, kind of took the world by storm.
Cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I kind of had to give it a little go, and I enjoyed my time with it. I never had a group to play with, so I think maybe if I had that, I would have stuck with it a little bit longer. But it is really fun. Solos, the solo experience was good. I was there with a mic on, chatting to strangers, which is super rare for me. But it was the social side of the game that I was interested in playing. And then once I kind of got to now you've got to do all this loot and it's all about I just wanted to experience the social side.
Yeah, and I think you did because I heard about 6 weeks after release, all the niceness kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And I think people might have heard that it was nice and they were like, right, I'm going to buy it and get in there and shoot noobs.
yeah. But there's also they're changing some stuff, so loot has suddenly kind of become more valuable to people.
Yes,
It's going to be converted to levels soon, so I think maybe people care a bit more about loot rather than just experiencing the
and
game.
losing the loot. Right? Because when you
Yeah.
die, you lose everything you picked up.
Yeah, but if there was a group playing, I'd definitely jump on again, but I'm not doing it solo. But yeah,
Well, if you weren't
Arc Raiders.
appearing offline, then we'd know when you're online. Right, my next one. You might have played this one. Did you play Sectori?
No.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Oh, this is a game that you would like. It's basically, back in the day, Xbox 360 day, there was a game called Geometry Wars. And this is kind of the new one. And it's like the new one, and they completely nailed it, and they made it better.
Yeah, it's kind of like more, I know, I guess it technically is, but it's more like roguelike-y, right?
Yeah, so so basically what it is, top-down twin stick shooter, looks like Geometry Wars, so it's like really simple vector graphics. And every time you pass you kill enemies, pick up experience points. It's a bit like Vampire Survivors, it fills up a bar. And when the bar fills, you get a token, and you can choose to spend that token on whatever power-up you want. So that's kind of why it's like a roguelike, because you can, level up a different way every single time. It's like really, really good, but it came out on the 18th of November. So I didn't have very much time to play it, which is why I didn't make it to the top 10. Because I would like to have played it more, but I was like weirdly busy and then also weirdly ill. And it's like so loud and like overbearing. And I texted my brother and I was like, this is a game that feels like having your head slammed in a drawer in a good way. That's the only way I can describe it. It's so mental. But yeah, you should. It's also cheap, so you should definitely play it.
Sounds like maybe a good Steam Deck game, possibly.
Yeah, Steam Deck, and I've got it on PS5.
Yeah,
and it was like £10. So yeah, Sectori.
Nice. I guess I'll kind of do two back to backs. They're kind of related. Two Lego games: Lego Party and Lego Voyages, both coming this year. Lego Party has kind of replaced Mario Party for me now.
Nice.
The two, I think, obviously you could prefer either, but it's kind of what I've always wanted Mario Party to be, where it still has the silly antics, but like the mini games are all a bit more balanced, and it kind of matters about winning them a bit more. And yeah, really good presentation. And then Lego Voyages it's like a co-op game where you kind of control like a little 1x1 Lego piece, going on a journey, like puzzling, kind of in the style of like A Way Out and It Takes Two, in that kind of style, where it's like that single screen co-op experience. Really cute design. Like I'd say if you're someone who is like introducing someone else to games, or maybe has a partner who doesn't play games much, like it's probably the perfect game.
Oh, nice.
Because it's so easy to control. You're not controlling the camera. So it's kind of like good for that. So enjoyable time.
Actually, that's good you told me that, because a very small aside. So I've obviously got the Switch 2 this year along with everyone else. Love the Switch 2. My most played console. I never buy Nintendo games because they're so expensive. I had some family over at Christmas and I was like, I'll buy Mario Party Jamboree TV, whatever it's called, like the new Mario Party game. Right, the Switch 2 edition, it doesn't improve the graphics. It obviously includes all of the like camera stuff, but it doesn't include the camera because it's digital only. It's 67 quid.
Yeah.
I was like, are you mental? There's no way I'm spending £67 on Mario Party. So like, yeah, a lot of, to be honest, when it comes to my top 10, I've pretty much skipped all of the big Nintendo games this year because they're too expensive. It's absolutely mad. Also, all the games you've named, I thought were going to be on your top 10.
Oh, really?
So very
well, they only get better from here on out.
Oh my God.
They only get better.
Right, my last honourable mention. Terminator 2D No Fate. I don't know, have you seen that?
Yeah, it's only just come out really recently as well,
It's only just
right?
come out, 12th of December. It's like, it follows the Terminator 2 film storyline. Like, it follows it exactly. And you play through all the scenes of the film. And it's kind of like, if they released a licensed game for Terminator 2 back when the film came out, so in like 1993, it would be like the best licensed game ever. Like, it's so good. The only reason it didn't make my top 10, it's really short. So like, to complete it, I like 100% finished it in about 3 hours. And the actual story mode run through took me about 40 minutes. And it's like, it's an arcade game, so you have to like get good enough to clear it, but it only took me like an hour to get good enough to clear it. Like, it's not very hard, but it is like really, really cool. And the other cool twist on it is that at certain points in the story, you can change the storyline. So there's a bit, when was the last time you watched Terminator 2?
Not crazy long ago. Okay. I remember it pretty well.
So when they're like, should we reset the chip in his head, or should we put it back? And there's like, you can do the other thing. And then that kind of changes the story. And then all the levels change. So you go to all different places. And
or so like alternate
so like the bit with James Dyson, we're like, is there James Dyson? Dyson, the doctor.
I think James Dyson is the Dyson
guy. Anyway, Dyson, whatever his name is in the film, Dyson, you could choose to like, if you want to just kill him at his house. And then that changes it again. It's quite cool. Yeah. It's cool. But anyway, really good. If you can get it for like 15 quid or less, I'd recommend it because it's 40 quid.
Okay.
So yeah. But they're my 3 honourable mentions. You must have one more, right?
I got 2 more. The remakes of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Yes, they were on my list at one point. I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, had a lot of fun playing. I played through all of it with friend of the show Tom. We would take turns doing a run because it's that classic run mode, which is a really fun way to play those games. It's like there's a lot of working out what you need to do. It'd be like drop the guy, like dunk him in the water. And it's like, okay, what do I need to do? And then they added some new levels. One of them is you're like skating inside of a giant pinball machine with like Tony Hawk playing it.
I never got to that.
Yeah, it's one of the last. That's like one of the last ones you unlock. So like I'm a big fan of in particular Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Played a lot of that back on the PS2. So reliving that was fun.
Yeah.
And then the other one is a game that we played together, although we haven't finished. Despite I think we're right at the ending, which everyone says is good.
I know. I thought about it as well, and I just why did we not finish it though?
I don't know. We need to. I want to see the endings. Everyone keeps talking about it. Split Fiction.
Yeah. So I guess based on that, you haven't recorded any of these honorable mentions. I'm assuming there's been no video of these. That's fine. But yeah, Split Fiction. We got up to the part where you're on motorbikes and you jumping over the boss, right, and firing down at it, and then we put it down for whatever reason. I think we're literally like one chapter from the end.
Really fun gameplay. Story, we ended up, I never skip cutscenes in games. We ended up skipping cutscenes because we found the story.
Or doing our own voices.
Yeah.
We just make up the lines for them.
I'd normally get pretty close. Yeah, we found the story pretty awful. I mean, if the story was like good, not even amazing good, I think it would have made my top 10 because the gameplay was a lot of fun and it's fun playing through with your friend. Yeah, so it didn't quite make the list. But maybe if I finished it.
We could finish, I reckon we could finish it between now and going back to work.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
Maybe we could play it after this podcast if we have time.
Maybe, yeah. We probably
right, let's get a move on. I got a game to play.
Okay. Actually, you just reminded me another one that I knocked off my top 10 that I lost somewhere was To a T.
Oh, yeah. I did play that.
Yeah, Keita Takahashi, the guy that made Katamari, he made another game, and it was fine. I think a lot of people were expecting a lot more. It's like a Life is Strange crossed with Kuru Rin. So it's like episodic puzzle game, but really light puzzles. And I played one episode a day, so like I would do the half an hour and stop. I can imagine if you just tried to session it, it would be like not enough.
Yeah, I bounced off after about an hour.
Yeah, fair enough.
But cool to see.
So my number 10 of 2025 is Once Upon a Katamari, out October 24th by Namco Bandai. So Katamari's had a little bit of resurgence recently, but this is the first new game in like 15 years.
Finally mentioning that after...
I know.
Yeah,
maybe that's what reminded me, looking at my phone and seeing that was the next one coming up. But yeah, it's a really good game. Like, it's basically... I'm going to have to explain it because no one's heard of it. But you roll up... You start as a very small ball, and you kind of roll like a... And you pick up objects, a bit like a snowball growing. Every time you roll, you get bigger and bigger. And the theme of this game is each level you move through time. So you start like prehistoric ages, rolling up dinosaurs, and then eventually go to like Japan, Edo period of like geishas and so on and so on and so on. Maybe you go to the future, because this is one of the games I haven't finished, because it seems to be a million levels. But like it's good. And I got this Switch 1 version. I'm playing on the Switch 2. It runs great, as you'd imagine. And also, weirdly enough, when I was searching for the release date, I saw that this game actually got really good reviews, and I didn't bother reading them because I was like, I'm going to buy it anyway because I'm a fan of the series. But like IGN gave it like a 9. So like it wasn't just me thinking like, oh, this is a good one. It is like genuinely like, if you're not a fan of the series, you could probably
You don't need IGN to validate your feelings on it.
But like, you can check out the demo. It's got a demo on Switch, so yeah, check it out. It's good.
Cool.
And also, I'm going to lend it to you when I'm done.
Oh, thank you.
That's all right. No worries.
Right, so my number 10 is a game that's always going to have a special place in both of our hearts, and that is Lumines Arise.
Number 10. It almost pushed out into honourable mentions.
Yeah, so Lumines Arise. So Lumines is a puzzle game with kind of some musical elements to it that I played a lot back in the day. It was kind of one of the biggest games on PSP, and I was a big PSP player. And so this is made by Enhanced Studios, who made Tetris Effect. And the reason I mentioned Tetris Effect is kind of in that style. It's almost like this Lumines game in the style of Tetris Effect, but kind of elevated, I think, beyond like the interactive and immersive elements, the way each kind of, I guess, theme and song changes. is more drastic. Obviously, the reason I mentioned about us having a personal connection was my first time playing the game was in Tokyo with the director of the game. In the room.
Really crazy.
Yeah, so it really stands out. I mean, the reason it's 10 and not higher, like you might expect, is I don't know whether it's just because I'm where I am for the amount of games I play now compared to when I was a teenager playing this.
Yeah.
Or maybe the fact because I got it on PlayStation 5 because I was like, oh, it's all of I want the surround sound and the big TV and stuff. And I think the way I normally played that game was in handheld mode, but it felt like handheld mode kind of wouldn't do this game justice.
I get that.
So I finished it last night because I was like, I want to finish it because I want to see the ending, whether that did shift its placement. So I basically just played through kind of like the journey mode, whatever it's called. The mode where you kind of go through everything. Had a really great time, but I just haven't felt compelled to go back. And they're really trying to build like this sense of like community in the game, which is nice, and all these other players and customize your avatar, which is fine. But personally, I just don't care about any of that stuff at all. I just want to play like the puzzle game that I like.
Of course.
And so I kind of haven't engaged with any of that stuff. But I mean, I love the core gameplay of Lumines, and the presentation of this one is really interesting.
Yeah, it has really good bonus modes. They're kind of hidden, but if you go to missions and then move the menu over to the right, there's like all different varieties of Lumines, including ones that like you have to hatch eggs and stuff like that. Like really cool. I've actually almost 100% finished this game.
Oh, okay.
So I've done like the main mode, and I've also done the mode you have to do it all in one go with no breaks, which I actually found this game quite hard. So the first few times I died quite a lot. And then I've done almost all of the missions, and I like going online because it's like being at a festival.
Yeah.
All the people running around, 'cause you see all the other players flying about. And then every weekend since it's come out, I've logged on and done the like weekend ritual to unlock the like cool little whatever it is. Like I got a little chef outfit for my character and stuff. But the online is really hard. I don't know what's wrong with it. Like I've almost 100% finished the game and I've never won an online match.
Oh, really?
I've played about 15, so I don't know what's going. And I played it before everyone else, so I don't know what's going on.
I guess it's probably like a relatively niche game.
Yeah.
So the people that are playing it online are probably pretty dedicated.
I saw
right?
someone saying like, "Oh, turn off crossplay because someone's playing on a keyboard. You'll never beat them." Because of the tapping, but then I turned off crossplay and I still can't win. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's a really cool game. It's higher up on mine, but yeah, we'll get to it. So my number 9, Mario Kart World, June 5th.
Nintendo did make
from
an
Nintendo,
appearance.
the one that came with my Switch.
Yeah.
So this game, it seems to be like some sort of thing going on with it, where it's like you're either with us or you're against us for like Mario Kart fans. Like.
Oh, really?
A lot of them seem to really hate it, and a lot of people seem to really love it. But like for me, I've had so much fun in multiplayer locally. So I have my friend come over, and we play the Knockout Tour online. Have you played Knockout Tour at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, thing is, a Knockout Tour is every time you pass a checkpoint, like the bottom 4 players get knocked out, right? But what's good about playing it locally is like, there's always something to aim for. It's like as soon as you cross the line, like, did you make it through? Did you make it through? Yeah, I'm in 16th. It's like, okay, you got to make sure you're in 12th for the next one. And you're like looking at the map, like seeing how close you're getting to thing. And it's just like an absolute riot. Like I've probably, the first time I played Knockout Tour locally, I think we played it for about 5 hours. So like, and then every time he comes over, I'm like, let's get Knockout Tour on. So yeah, Mario Kart World, the single player stuff didn't really...
Like
do the open world. It's like to be honest, when I played it for about an hour and I did have fun, and there is something to see, like, you know, every 15 seconds. But it is still like, collect the blue coins, collect 8 blue coins before the time runs out. It's like, okay, like that's kind of fun. But yeah, the Knockout Tour is cool, and I completely understand the criticisms against the tracks being too wide. It's kind of like if you're not playing Knockout Tour, you're not going to be having as good a time. But Knockout Tour is so good that it elevates the rest of the package, in my opinion. Because you didn't play that much of it, did you?
I've probably played it like 3 hours total, so not nothing. But I don't think it's bad, but I prefer Deluxe, and Deluxe is still Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like the way I play it is when there's a group of 4 of us, and we're like, oh, let's play something. we'll play Mario Kart. Like I'd never really play them single player.
And it's a tough act to follow, right? Because it's got like 100 and something tracks.
Yeah, and out of the ones I'd say, let's play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah,
rather than it just seems a bit cleaner. More I like going up the walls. I prefer the tracks in it.
Yeah.
Like it still looks and runs great.
Oh, it looks amazing.
So there's not even really like we're playing the old one. Like it doesn't really matter. Like it feels like maybe they had the idea of it's one big linked up world. Seems like a cool idea. But it's like, well, how does that translate to fun when you're racing?
Yeah, when you're just kind of driving between.
Yeah, I don't know if it does.
And actually, Nintendo have gone back and updated some of the between sections.
Okay.
Like some tracks now, like all of the roads coming off of it are all different because they're like, they were too straight.
Yeah.
Too boring. So.
Yeah, they were so boring.
But yeah, crazy. Really, really crazy how that's come out. And like, I think people were expecting it to be like another Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? And then it just...
Well,
it wasn't.
It looked it previewed really well. Like the trailers made it seem really cool. Also, I mean, when we mentioned it, like the wall riding and stuff, I find it a bit finicky. The way to charge up your jump, you can't be turning at all, and like trying to teach that to like someone new.
Yeah, true.
Like
it's
always always like, why am I jumping? It's like, you were very slightly turning, so you didn't build up your jump.
Yeah, and like the psychology of like. The reason you want to wall ride and ride the rails is not because it's inherently faster.
Because you get your boost.
And it's because you can't get shot. So it's like you got to think in Knockout Tour, everyone's firing at each other. But if you're like on the rail, you're not going to get hit. So you just kind of...
Yeah.
But it's slow. It feels slower. So people like don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Weird. I've had a lot of fun with it anyway.
Yeah.
Weird Mario Kart game.
Okay, so my number 9 is a game that I don't believe you've played.
Oh my God.
Which is Dispatch.
I haven't played it.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, okay. So Dispatch is it's kind of mostly a narrative game. Kind of think like Telltale style games. Did Walking Dead on the podcast, but with like the production value like doubled, like in every sense. Like I think voice acting, like the performances, the animation, just like the smooth. Like it's not buggy. Like you make a decision and the scene just carries on. There's no awkward freeze or like those weird. You don't see the keyframes in the animation like you did a lot with Telltale games. So really slick presentation. But then there's also, and I think this gets spoken about less. Like there's a whole game in there as well, which is the idea is that you're dispatching superheroes throughout the city. And it's like, it's almost like you pay a subscription. And it's like, because I've paid a subscription to this company, I have protection. So people will call up and be like, someone's breaking into my thing. Or like, there's a cat stuck in the tree.
Right,
or break up a fight in the pub. And so you're dispatching your team of like, they're called like the Z team or Z team. They're like the worst ones. So you're dispatching them to these crimes or happenings. And then they level up as you do that, and you choose how you level them up.
Okay.
And then...
Yeah, I didn't realize I had any of that in it.
Yeah, no, I think it doesn't get spoke about. And then like they'll have like special abilities like, if you take this and this one together, it's better. Or if you take this one with someone else, it heals them if they were damaged. So there's like different synergies. But the idea is that like you always feel like you almost don't have enough people to send out. So you're going to be like, what's the fewest people I could send here and which of them will travel there and back faster and stuff. So there's that whole game, which I think is really fun. The actual story I thought was like fine. I think it's the presentation elevates it a lot. And like there's really cool scenes. Like the overall narrative is maybe a little bit predictable, but still enjoyable to the end. It's episodic. So, and like a really nice length, kind of like just over half an hour to 40 minutes each one. So like, kind of length of a TV show. Yeah.
Is there any Telltale, like, because I always hear it compared to Walking Dead, but is there any actual like developer lineage?
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's ex-Telltale people that worked on this. So it was originally going to be a Netflix show, an interactive Netflix show. And then because of the pandemic, they ended up doing it as a game instead.
And maybe also they saw some of the interactive Netflix shows and were like, maybe not.
Yeah.
Was it me who did the Bear Grylls one?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
He's like, it's a wolf.
They're just making him eat horrible things.
Yeah.
God, yeah, that was awful.
Yeah, that's great. And also the main guy's Breaking Bad's Jesse, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is it really noticeable?
He's a very different. He's a very like I guess like withdrawn performance. Like it's very low. It's very chill.
Okay.
Like he's quite depressed through most of the show.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, all the performances are really good. There's like YouTuber kind of like not cameos, but like YouTubers are in it or like streamers, and I didn't even know until like I heard someone else mention it.
All right. Yeah.
And so like they don't stand out as
Yeah.
being like annoying or you know.
That must have been your most low-key performance yet, no? And one more question on it. If I played it with my wonderful wife, is the game side a bit too complicated? Or is it all right?
No, it's pretty simple. It's mostly picking a character and where they go, and then choosing where you level up. And then there is some like hacking mini games.
I might have to do those.
Yeah, so you might end up needing to do those, but it's like it doesn't have fail states, right? Like the story could change.
So it just continue like Disco Elysium. Except for you could die in that, but it would just continue.
Yeah, I mean, I believe so. I mean, I don't think I ever did, but like, I don't think there's ever been a point where it told you to restart. Also, so at the beginning of the game, you can choose whether like the cutscenes, I guess, are more interactive or cinematic. Basically, do you have to do QuickTime events or not? Highly recommend turn them off.
I would turn them off.
Doesn't make it any better needing to press random buttons as a scene plays out on the screen. Much better to put the controller down
No,
and
of
enjoy
course,
the show.
yeah. All right. Shall I do my number 8?
Yep.
Which is a game I believe you haven't played.
Ooh.
Have you played a little game called Peak?
No. I
This
know what it
game,
is, though.
this game has kind of taken over what they call friend slop, which I think is awful name for the genre. It's basically online games you play with your friends that are essentially just extended hangout areas, like virtual hangout areas. And Peak is one where you climb a mountain with your mates, and every day they randomly generate a new mountain. So every time you play it, it's different. And it's by Aggro Crab, who did Another Crab's Treasure. And it came out on the 16th of June, and it is like the perfect like setting up of like a slapstick simulator. Like it's almost like, you know, in Home Alone when everything's set up but nothing's been triggered yet.
Yeah.
The game is like that, where it's like anything is like an opportunity for it to be funny. Like, and it uses a proximity chat, so you need to be near your friends, and then also environmentally, like, oh, he's in a cave, so it will echo. So like, if someone falls off a mountain, they fall past you. It's like, whoa! Like, as they go past, it's just like the funniest thing. Or you can hear people further down the mountain like screaming and shouting, like, and like, oh, I think they need help. So we're just like throwing med kits off the edge, like, oh, hopefully they'll get them down there. But I've been playing with our Discord server almost, I'd say probably almost every week.
Okay.
It's really, really funny, and a complete run takes about an hour and a half. So it's quite a good amount of
So
time.
have you peaked? Have you reached the top?
I've reached the top once, but every time I've played, someone in our crew has reached the top. So when you die, you come back as a spectator, as a ghost. Like you can see your ghost, and you kind of just orbit around the characters, and you can still talk to them, but you can't point or see. Sometimes you're like, oh, there's a thing above you. They're like, where? And it's like just like trying to describe where it is. But yeah, it's a really, really cool game, and I think it was made in a game jam, so the success has been like a big surprise to that team.
Yeah.
And they've ended up supporting it like more than I thought they would ever need, than they'd ever need to.
Yeah.
So.
Kind of like reminds me a bit of Among Us when they were making Among Us 2 and then Among Us 1 blew up way after it was released, and they were like, okay, we're just going to keep making the first one then because everyone's playing this one.
Yeah, no, it's definitely recommend it if you've got some people to play with. We actually play with a mod that allows you to have more than 4 players, so it's really like chaotic when we're all climbing. Yeah, cool game.
Nice. All right, so my number 8 is I think another game you haven't played, Blueprints.
No, I haven't. I missed it. I can't remember what I was doing. I missed Blueprints this year.
Yeah, so Blueprints is a game where it's a first-person puzzle game. The idea is you're making your way through a mansion that the layout changes every day. So it's a roguelike. And so essentially every time you walk into a room, so you walk up to a door and you say you to go in the room, you'll get a choice of usually 3 different rooms that could be on the other side. And think of it kind of like classic Zelda dungeons where there's like could be a door at the bottom, top, left, or right. Like
Right, yeah.
And so choosing the room, obviously it will matter what's in the room because there'll be different things in different rooms, but also where the doorways are because you don't want to be creating dead ends because you're trying to make your way to like a certain room at the end. And then the other thing is every time you kind of cross the threshold into a new room, you lose like 1 step and you have a certain amount of steps you can do each day. So that's it at its base level is that's what you're doing. But like a lot of these kind of puzzle games, there's kind of more to it. And so you kind of realize that, okay, you do have the goal to reach that room. And when you do, you will roll credits. But if you keep digging deeper, there's more to it and you can find ways to explore other parts of the house or parts of the ground or underground. And then you can get like tools that will help you out in certain ways. And so it's kind of depending on how dedicated you are, you can choose how deep you want to dig. Definitely a game where you want a notepad with you. I've crazy scribblings in my notepad for this game.
I haven't picked it up because like there's a little bit of me that thinks I'll get quite annoyed by it because of the roguelike nature.
Yeah, that is quite so. It's the roguelike nature and just like the RNG.
Yeah,
like it's kind of annoying. Like sometimes you'll be like, okay, I found this room that it isn't powered. I also know I could get a generator, so I need to get a generator and this room, and I know what I need to do to solve the puzzle, but you just might not get it.
Yes, I could literally imagine being so annoyed by that.
And like at first, you're like, oh, but that's okay because you're always. Normally I'd have like a bunch of different threads I'm pulling. So, okay, I didn't get that, but I did do something else. But once you get a post credits and once you've solved quite a lot of things, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I've only really got one or two threads that I'm pulling now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep re-rolling till I get them. And in the end, eventually I was like, okay, no, I've had enough. And so I stopped playing at some point. So otherwise, like if you spoke to me like in the first week of me playing it, I was probably crazy hot on it.
Yeah.
And then I think maybe a lot of people were on this journey. By the end, I was like, okay, it actually got quite annoying. Whereas it wasn't annoying at the beginning.
Is it better than Lorelei and the Laser Eyes?
I mean, I would say I preferred Lorelei than the Laser Eyes.
Are they quite similar or not?
I mean, no.
Okay.
It does. Like the Blueprints doesn't have as many puzzles in the way it has puzzles. It has a few.
Right. Okay.
It's less that type of puzzle, whereas Lorelei is very much like
you're doing like to get code.
It's like actual like puzzles that you might get in a book.
Yeah.
Puzzles.
So Blueprints is more like the room, putting rooms next to each other.
Yeah. I mean, there are some rooms that'd be like the parlor room that always has a puzzle and it will like change each day. But it's much more closer to like an adventure game style puzzle solving, like point and click adventure game,
okay.
rather than Laura. And I think also just the like, I mean, it's personal preference, but the presentation of Lorelei I think elevates it.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
I think
it great.
Looks and sounds amazing. And
also,
I found the world a bit more interesting.
Blueprints, was that on Game Pass?
Yes.
And what about Dispatch?
No, I think that's not on Xbox.
But did you play it on like the...
I played it on PlayStation. I bought it.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Big spender.
Very cool. It's just like this, do you know what? I don't want to. I'm not laying into Dispatch or the genre, but it's like that's the sort of game that I'm like I would try it on Game Pass or something as opposed to buying it. But,
yeah. Well, I had so many people talking about it, and I love the Telltale games. I love that style of game, and it was like I was going to be playing through it with someone.
Yeah.
It seemed like a good game once again. For someone who hasn't played a lot of games.
I only like those Telltale games when they're really buggy. So if it's not, I want my main character's head to be snapping to the right every 60 frames.
It's so slick, the presentation's so slick.
Nice. Right. My number 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Luminairs Arise. We've already talked about it. Okay. It's great. It's good. Go watch our video on it. We went and hung out with the devs.
I've got a sticker of it on my phone. Look.
Very nice. So yeah, we hung out with the devs. Go watch the video. It's cool. And also, it's on sale at the moment. So... there you go. Shall I go again, or do you want to do your next one?
No, we should keep. Always, we're going to get
okay.
Out of
yeah, we'll
sync,
get out of sync. Yeah.
So my next one, number 7, is a game I'm not sure if you have on the list. You might do. Doom: The Dark Ages.
Oh no, I don't. It was in my honorable mentions, but it got pushed out.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's quite high up on our list.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is this year I also played Doom 3, and I was like, God, this game is absolutely blowing me away compared to Doom: The Dark Ages.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it got pushed off. Anyway. Yeah, don't let me...
Yeah, so I won't talk too much about this one because we spoke about it a lot. We did a whole podcast on this game, but I'm a fan of this style of shooter. Doom 2016 is kind of way up there. Like, I really love Doom 2016. I liked Eternal a little bit less. I liked Dark Ages a little bit more than Eternals. This one kind of sits in the middle of this, I guess, modern trilogy of Doom games. The critiques I have with it, I spoke about on the podcast, but overall it was like a really fun game to do for the podcast. And so, yeah, deserved a spot on my list.
There you go. Very nice. You weren't bogged down with the story details of the game then?
No.
It's the scion of the demon of the gate of hell. It's like, what's going on?
I mean, one of my main issues with it is I just wish they committed to the Dark Ages more. I would like, it was just a sci-fi game when they had pointy hats. I wish they... like, obviously they need guns and stuff, but I wish they did more to the Doom, the Dark Ages aesthetic. It was basically Dragon's cloak and a pointy hat. Other than that, it was just sci-fi.
Just Doom.
Doom.
Yeah, yeah, true.
I wish it was they lent a little bit further into the theme than they did.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, my number 6. Another game I don't think you've played.
Ooh.
Unless you have, and I just haven't seen. Skate Story.
I have not.
8th of December, a late entry. Solo developer, a guy called Sam Eng. And it's like, mate, if there's one game on this top 10 that I recommend anyone should play, it's Skate Story. Like, I literally played it and I was like, I've never seen anything like this before. And I had to go and get Bryony and be like, come here and have a look at this because it's unbelievable. Skating game, but you play as your character's made out of glass. So all the light is like refracting.
And they're like,
through
you're a
you.
demon made of glass and pain.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And you sign a contract with the devil that's basically like, I will leave. You're in the underworld. You're like, I will leave the underworld if I can eat 7 moons. I think that's what it is. So you sign this contract, and it's really long, and you wear it around your scarf, around your neck like a long scarf. And it's just like it's a narrative game, but it's a skating game. But it's like the skating is the exact right amount of effort that it doesn't get in the way. It's not like skate, like you're not flicking the stick to like do anything. It's like you kind of, it's a bit like SSX, you know, you like pre-wind a move and then kind of release it. So you like, so you kind of pre-wind your kickflip in, and then there's a meter on the screen that's moving, and then you want to let go of it at the right time. But if you get it wrong, it doesn't matter. It still works. But you get more points if it's bang on. But it's just like the mood is so good because the music is amazing. It's all a solo band, like one band does all the whole soundtrack, and it's incredible. To the point where like this band has now become a band I listen to all the time.
See, the thing is, I only play skating games that have Motorhead Ace of Spades. You see?
That have Bus Driver, whatever it's called.
Oh god, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, no, it's like the band's like they're just really good. It's like it kind of like reminds me of Death Stranding and hearing Low Roar and being like, oh, this band's really great.
Yeah.
But it's the same with this game, and you kind of deal with the people that live in hell, which weirdly looks like New York. Like, but instead of like the road markings, it would be like the earth is like scorched with like a white line. It's like, oh, that's the road. Like, it's so cool and so clever. Like, in the video version of the podcast, this will look amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's the aesthetic. Like,
and also the gameplay is good. The gameplay is really, really good. And like, you have like boss fights where you skate, where basically what you have to do is you do a long combo where you basically have to do a trick within amount of time of the previous trick. So it's not like Tony Hawk where you have to like manual and then, you know, grind around a lamppost or whatever. It's much more realistic. And all you have to do is at the end of the combo, you press a button to like stomp the board down. And that's like the music will like kick in when you do that. It's just this is so amazing. Like really, really, really good. And it's free on PS Plus.
Oh. Well, like the base one?
Not the highest tier, whatever the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
So nobody knows.
Premium Extra Plus. But yeah, I would. Anyone that has an interest in narrative games or skating games, definitely.
It's one of the games that would pop up regularly at kind of game showcase type events and always stood out. Kind of like Cuphead. Like the aesthetic was so like unlike all of the other games. You know, you'll see so many like Souls-like and sci-fi games and the same thing. Then like
it's just like
it looks like nothing else.
It's just so cool. Like you're just doing things you don't normally do in skating games. Obviously, because you're in hell. But like the opening. There's like a little rabbit that's like, oh, you need to follow me. Like, I've got this thing to show you. And you're like bombing it downhill. And this rabbit's like in front of you, like running. And it's like the music is just amazing. And then like there's like glass and sparks flying everywhere. It's just really, really incredible. Like, this is so ridiculous. But I always think of games, it's like you can make anything in the world. And every game they make, you shoot someone. But like, this is truly like, I've never seen anything like this. So yeah, it still only managed to get to number 6 on my list. But yeah, Skate Story.
Shots fired at Doom the Dark Ages.
You don't shoot people in that, do you?
True. Shoot demons. Right, this is a game that I think you definitely didn't play, and you don't shoot any people.
Oh.
2 Point Museum.
Oh, no, I haven't played that. It's out on Switch 2 now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and it's
nice.
Only 20 quid?
Yeah, it's probably good, because I played it on Steam Deck only. Which is why, if the video footage doesn't look amazing, it's because I'm playing on Steam Deck plugged into a 4K TV and capturing it with an Elgato. Yeah. So ignore if it doesn't look like great in the video footage. On Steam Deck, running it handheld looks great, and obviously it's on PC and I assume the other consoles, I'd assume. And controls great. So obviously it's made by, who's it made by? It's like, they're called like 2 Point something. 2 Point Studios. Came out 4th of March. And so before this, they made 2 Point Hospital that I played.
Yep.
Then they made 2 Point Campus,
Yeah.
which I didn't play, and then 2 Point Museum. Obviously this one I played like quite a lot. I got really into this one. I played it. I had a trip to San Francisco this year. It was like my playing game almost exclusively.
Yeah.
So I put a lot of hours into it then. Really incredible game. Yeah, it's just like a museum. It turns out to be a really fun setting for this style of games. There's a lot of the stuff that you're doing, things like your gift shop, like the queues for the entrance, but also like you can set up like a tour that will go through and you choose which like things will be taught. And then you got to get all of the artifacts. So you go out on expeditions and you got to have staff and train them. And then they come out and then you unbox the crate and it's like, oh, I've got this thing. And all of the things are like ridiculous stuff. And all of like the visitors to your museum are like climbing over the exhibits and like breaking things and stuff. And then like you've got to set up like your security systems. You can set up like cameras to make sure, because you get like donation things and there's always robbers trying to steal them. There's just a lot of fun mechanics that fit really well with the museum setting. I would say probably even more so than the hospital, which always was maybe it's in America less so. It always was a little bit weird as like, 'cause it's a business thing. It's always a bit weird to whereas a museum is much more of like a business. So I think it kind of fit quite well gameplay wise. So if you like this sort of kind of simulation game, this is probably one of the best ones.
It's quite like level based though. It's not like you just build. It's not like SimCity where you just build a big city.
So there is like sandbox modes where you just can, but like if you go for like the campaign, they're more like themed museums. Like this is like the history museum. There's like there's a really cool. So there's a really cool one which is the hotel from The Shining.
Oh really?
It's like not officially. But
Shining.
That carpet pattern is very distinctive, and it's like all ghosts and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And so they had a mechanic where you literally have ghosts, and so you got to build like a room that's appropriate to like when they died, and then like the ghosts and try and keep the ghosts happy, and then people are seeing them. So yeah, they do a lot of fun ideas with it.
Well, I heard that they added a Vampire Survivors DLC.
Oh really? I've not seen that.
And it's like the 2D sprites of the enemies like flood the exhibits, and you have to like channel them.
Yeah,
like it's quite they're up for doing funny things. Also, it's a UK developer, right?
Yep. Yeah, and it is people that did make the classic like theme hospital and stuff. There's some Bullfrog lineage
awesome.
That's continued. Yeah,
that's cool. Okay, my number 5. We're getting into the big
top 5.
The big hitters on the list now. First one, number 5, fallen quite far from last year, is Dragon Quest 1+2 HD 2D, which last year Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D came out. I gave it my number 1 spot. I gave a very impassioned speech about why it's brilliant. That was like, I have discovered a new game series and I love it, and I can't believe there's 11 of them, and I'm so lucky.
I didn't stop talking about it when I went to Japan because Dragon Quest was everywhere.
Dragon Quest everywhere. Dragon Quest 1+2 is just as good. Well, I only played Dragon Quest 2. I've skipped the first one because it's like it's from the 80s, so it's like really, really old. So I played Dragon Quest 2. It's as good as Dragon Quest 3, but it's not funny. And that's really knocked it down for me. Like, because Dragon Quest 3 is so funny. Like, the writing is so weird and like irreverent, but Dragon Quest 2, it's like all old-timey language. And I think there is jokes in there, but it's like, I can't decode them. Because it's like, I betwixt my bit. And it's just like, what are you talking about?
That's what I remember with Octopath Traveler. I bounced off that.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of like, one thing I loved about 3 HD was that it looked and sounded amazing, and 2 HD looks even better because it's a generation ahead, kind of, because it's on Switch 2 now. And then it's the same Philharmonic Orchestra doing the music, so it sounds amazing. And I'm enjoying it a lot, but yeah, it's fallen from first place last year.
But still a recommend, still top 5.
Yeah, but I would say if you're going to play one of them, play 3. I think what I mean to say is if you're a fan of the series, you'll like this one, and I'm a fan of the series.
Yeah.
But if you're not, play 3. It's really good if you're a fan of the series, but it's a very much I like the gameplay and the setting, so it's like that's carrying me through. Whereas in 3, the dialogue was also hilarious. So yeah. But anyway, your next one.
Right. So my number 5 is. God, we haven't got too much crossover this year. We normally have more. I think this is another game.
Last year we had almost all the same games last year.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you didn't play this. The Alters.
No, I didn't. I downloaded it. Do you know what? I downloaded it the evening before my stag do, and I had a mate over, and we drank 10 beers, and I was like, do you know what? I can't do this.
Yeah.
And then so I didn't play it.
Probably not the game to play in that scenario.
No.
So yeah, quick setup of the game. The idea is that this is right from the start of the game. You're stranded on a planet by yourself, and you need to try and survive and escape. But because you're on your own, you can't do everything. But there's this technology on your ship, which looks like a big wheel, which allows you to make clones of yourself or alters of yourself. But the twist is you can basically go back through your own timeline of your life and basically be like, what if I made a different decision here? Kind of like what you were talking about, like Terminator.
Yeah.
Like, so you can say, oh, rather than going to college, what if I went straight into work? Or what if I didn't break up with my girlfriend? Or what if I stood up to my dad back then? You know, so it's basically these like crossroad kind of butterfly effect moments in your life. So there's basically, it's all the same character, but altered versions of them based on those decisions. And so you basically end up with this crew of people that look and sound kind of like you, but with different lives. And there'll be like the engineer, there'll be the scientist one, there'll be the miner one, who, like mining.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
not like a kid.
Yeah. What if I never grew up?
What if I went to Never Never Land? And so you're working. So the gameplay is mostly you kind of exploring the planet, and you set up like these mining rigs, and there's a lot of like setting up automated systems. You got like power things. Almost a bit like, I guess if you've played Astroneer, the way you're kind of doing that there.
Sounded a bit like 2 Point Museum. What's controlling all these little people? What's up with you?
Yeah, a little bit, but like this is this is a third person game. You're in control. You're it's not like a sim game. You're out there doing it, and there's enemies. You're shooting enemies and stuff. I won't kind of spoil kind of where it goes. But then the other side is the social element. Is you are dealing with everyone in the crew, and someone might be like, "Hey, I think we should have a gym because I want to work out." And they'll be like, "Oh, okay, that's resources that could go somewhere else." Or someone might be like, "Oh, we were just eating slop. We should eat better food." And so everyone, you know, and they'll get in arguments with each other, and so you end up kind of mitigating them, and they can die or they can leave, you know, if they get annoyed with you. So there's that social side, as long as the kind of, I really enjoyed like building out that sort of infrastructure, and then you kind of spend a lot of time in an area and then kind of move on to a new area and start again, but like with better tools. And so I just found that a really satisfying gameplay loop. And it's very rare for me to say this because it's not a short game. I wish it was longer. But it's just because I was enjoying it. I was so like, once I got to the last area and I'd really upgraded all my stuff and I had really good gear and I kind of knew exactly what I was doing. And then the game ended and I was like, oh, I kind of wanted like at least one more area to put all of my skills to use.
How many like people are you dealing with?
It's your control. Like you basically choose when you bring a new person.
But is it like you're dealing with 10 or you're dealing with like 60?
I think I had like about 6.
Okay.
But you could have more. You could have. I mean, you could probably do it with none. Maybe if you're. I bet there's
not even a character.
I bet there's a
human player.
I guess one yourself. But I wonder if that's a speedrun category or something. But yeah, it's kind of in your control because the more you have, the more people you got to feed and deal with. But then also the more people you have to like resources to send out. Really cool, unique game. I actually did, like, I've heard a lot of people complimenting the voice acting.
Yeah.
I actually, because it's one person who does it all and they're doing all these different voices.
1,000 times resist slow.
Yeah, I guess. And that is impressive for them having these conversations with themselves and keeping track. But like, and I think maybe the game had to do this, but they all turn into such like stereotypes. So if I say guess what the scientist sounds like?
He's like,
hello.
Yeah,
That's exactly what they sound like. And it's like, oh, now guess what like the engineer
Stop doing the scientist voice. Stop doing it.
And the scientist has glasses and stuff like they kind of really fit into those and it's which is fine because it makes it much easier to keep track of them and they literally call them scientists and like the characters call each other by their rank, so it makes it really easy to keep track of them and it's probably the right thing to do. But then because there are kind of emotional beats as well between them and them like reminiscing and stuff, and it made that stuff not really hit for me because of how almost like sitcom charactery they are.
Yeah.
And it's And it's all fine, but when you can see a game's going really hard, and it's like this should be making you feel emotional, and when it really isn't, it kind of stands out. There are fun. It's not a funny game. There's a few funny lines in it, but it's not really trying to be funny. It's quite a dire situation you're in.
I think from this year, the two games that I've missed that I'd like to go back and play would be the Alters and 2 Point Museum.
Okay.
I think next year, no podcast games, so I can play what I want. But I do have a really stacked list of games coming out next year that maybe we'll quickly go through them at the end. But there's a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to. So what number was that?
5.
5. So I'm on number 4. I think we might have a match here.
Yeah.
Death Stranding 2.
I mean, I don't know if it's at 4, but I mean, it's on my list.
Okay.
It's on my list.
Death Stranding 2. Obviously, we did a whole podcast episode on it, and I said then, and I stand by it. I think in terms of gameplay, it's the best feeling game I've ever played. Like, it's got some of the most satisfying shooting in it. It's got the most satisfying moving things around, which sounds mad, but I mean the whole game's about moving stuff around, but like lifting things into your car, taking them from a car and putting them on a bike. Like everything just works, and the environment, while it never reaches potentially the potential that it could have, like danger and disaster, it has so many great moments in it. Like there's the forest fire bit that's like really crazy going through all that. And I know in the podcast, I mean, I won't spoil the story, but we weren't that happy with the ending. I still think that it's such an amazing game. And from an artistic standpoint, a graphic standpoint as well, it's like unbelievable. So yeah, Death Stranding 2, number 4.
Okay. We don't have a match. But I do have a sequel to a game that we've discussed on one of the Game of the Year podcasts. It's actually a sequel to a previous Game of the Year winner.
Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is.
Do you want to say?
Is it Citizen Sleeper 2?
It is Citizen Sleeper 2.
Very nice.
Which I only started playing in the last few weeks, but I've been playing it a lot. It's actually become my current treadmill game, because it's a game that I can play on the treadmill because I don't actually move around in the game, which I really struggle with.
I was on the exercise bike, I tried to play Mario, and I was literally like,
yeah. Imagine like trying to walk, and I'm walking left in the game, but forward, it doesn't work. Not only I'm not only playing it on that, but so I've not finished it yet. Like just because I've only started playing it recently. It came out right at the beginning of the year, like in January. When did it come out? It came out in January is what I wrote down. It came out a long time ago. It's on Game Pass. I hadn't got around to playing it, and I was like, well, I've got to play it before Game of the Year because I love the first one so much. And even though I've not finished it, like I'm pretty sure I'm going to like the sequel more.
oh, nice.
Like obviously the story is the thing that I don't know how it's going to play out. I really like the setup, and then gameplay wise, I really love what they do here. Whereas the first one, it was mostly set in one place. That kind of gradually expands.
Yes, yeah.
This one, you have a ship and a crew, and you're, I won't spoil why, but basically you're being chased. And every time you land somewhere, you have a certain amount of time to leave before they're going to reach you.
Right, because previously it was like your battery's going to run out, right? And that was like the thing that you had to keep.
Yeah, you had to keep consuming a thing. You're not worrying. So you still have food and stuff. But the main thing is you need like fuel and supplies for your ship. So every time you land somewhere, you've got to make sure you've got enough fuel because you're going to have to leave a certain amount of time. But then on top of that, you can also go out on like contracts where it will be like, okay, so I'm at this base, and within this area, I'll have a contract to go here to do a thing. And then they're really fun because while you're there, you have no access to any of resources. So everything's kind of gradually draining. And then you pick a crew to go with you. But the crew are all like people that you've met in the story, and they have really strong personalities. Kind of like companions in like Mass Effect or Baldur's Gate, where depending on who you take, they will have different abilities, but they're also open up new options, or they'll have interactive, like they'll be interacting with each other in conversations and stuff. And I think that stuff is done really well, where like I'm not looking at the seams, I'm not looking at the gameplay of it. I'm thinking of them as characters, not resources. And the writing is just as good. The sound is amazing.
Was it voice acted, the first one?
No, this one isn't either.
This one isn't either. And also, I think it's probably worth explaining what the game actually is.
Oh, yeah.
Because like people are probably thinking of Mass Effect 3, and it's not, not to say it's bad, it's just not what you're expecting.
Yeah, more so the conversations are kind of more graphic novel style. You see like a portrait of the character, and then there's dialogue. And then gameplay wise, it's basically all like dice based. So at the beginning of every day, you'll roll 6 dice, and you can allocate them to different things. So the higher the dice is, the higher chance of success that you'll have for the thing that you want to do. So say if it's like, I'm going to work at the fuel station, I'm going to put in a 6 dice. It's like, you did great and you got fuel. But if I put in a 1, it might be like, oh, I actually didn't get any fuel and I lost energy instead. And then they add some more mechanics on top of that, where like the dice can like break and you can get like glitch dice and stuff, which is all fine. That isn't the stuff that's elevated the gameplay for me. It's more this whole setup of the world and the contracts.
Yeah.
Like the breaking dice thing it's another wrinkle that you deal with.
You're more of a dice purist, aren't you? Those silly gimmick dice.
It doesn't ruin the game. I don't think I think if that stuff wasn't in, it wouldn't really affect my experience one way or the other. But it doesn't detract from it at all.
Yeah. What's cool about what I liked about the first one is that it's a game where you're rolling dice, but you can also make airtight plans. Because normally those two things don't go together.
Yeah, the dice are already rolled.
They're already rolled. So it's like,
Yeah.
because when you're playing Baldur's Gate, and you're like, okay, I'm going to attack this guy, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's like, oh, my dice roll didn't work. And obviously it's fun in a different way that it all kind of
Yeah.
unravels. But yeah, being able to make airtight plans, it's really satisfying.
And you can also level up your character to like level up. So there'd be certain, say like, oh, to do this task, you need endurance. So it's like, well, I've leveled up endurance more. That's going to add 2 to any dice roll. So there's things like that. And then also you kind of pick almost like a class at the beginning. The push class, which basically means I can like re-roll dice, and I've leveled that up so I could re-roll 2 dice.
Right.
And I get stressed when I do it. There's a stress mechanic as well. But like I have and also because of that class, there's like so my endurance for one, I can never level up and it's always bad.
Yeah.
And so there, but my interface skill is good.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So there's I guess maybe it's for a reason to replay it, but also just to. Because there's normally several ways you could solve a scenario, so I guess it's to kind of push you in one direction.
I think I'll try it because I loved the first one, but I feel like I got my fill.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't feel like I need to do it again. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how. I'll try it because I want to see what it's like, but I don't know if it will.
It's
if it'll
different
grab me
enough,
the same way.
and I'd say anyone listening to this, you don't have to have played the first one to play this, but they're both really good. So I don't think I wouldn't even say like you might as well do the first one first.
It's not very long.
No, it's not hugely long. So I'd maybe say do the first one if you like it. Play the second. You could go straight into the second, but I personally think it's a bit better, and so then maybe going back to the
backwards,
first.
yeah.
Yeah. Although they're similar enough, you'll be fine.
Right, number 3. I know this is a game you have played because it's Expedition 33. Yay! It's right up there in number 3 because I didn't finish it.
You still haven't finished it.
I'm trying. It just doesn't end. I'll tell you exactly where I got to. I just got to the bit where they're like, there's 2 bosses to fight. There's 3 bosses to fight. One of them is in the clouds.
Yeah.
And one is the east, one is the west. And we're currently choosing between whether to go east or west. So I'm quite far.
Yeah.
And I thought I was near the end. But friend of the show, Neil Muppet, I was talking to him about it, and he was like, you're only like halfway through. And I was like, okay, because I was rushing it to try and finish it in time for this. And then I was like, I'm just not going to be able to, and it won't be worth ruining the experience to just try and get it done. But yeah, I mean, this game has been another cultural phenomenon, like absolute record breaker at the Game Awards. The people that make it seem like a good bunch as well. Like that dev team, every time I see them, they seem very likable. Basically, for anyone that hasn't seen it, a very quick rundown would be JRPG type thing. Imagine if they made the perfect sequel to Final Fantasy X. That's basically what it's like. You don't really have like classic turn-based stuff, but the twist is that there's a lot of like timed button presses, and like when you're doing a move in the game, you kind of need to input something like a QTE. Like it's not quite a fighting game move. Do a QTE and it makes your attack come out better. And then the rest of it is like dodging and parrying and like amazing cast. Really, really great cast. Really intriguing story as well. So yeah. I mean, have you got anything?
Yeah, I might as well talk about
amazing
it now,
music,
right?
amazing music as well. Yeah.
Spoiler alert! Here's a good time for me to talk about it. Yeah, I mean, the story is probably the reason why I loved it so much. I mean, right from the beginning, from like the first hour, like the world it sets up, and like I love kind of like a mystery, and I love not knowing what's going on and everything with like the paintress and the Gamage and what is this and this.
Yeah.
I was so excited about this expedition. And I'm
Yeah,
like, like, even though I'd only spent like an hour or so in Lumiere, like where you start, like I was so excited to see, like, well, what is, like, no one here knows what's on the like the other side, right? And then I won't go into it, like the drama of like what happens as soon as you arrive. Like, I was like, and then the way that Gustav, the way the character handles it, I was like, oh, this game isn't doing the predictable story. This isn't doing paper. Like I was like, okay, from now on, I have no idea what is going to happen. And the game did keep surprising me the whole way through. But then the combat is incredible. I think it's the best turn-based combat I've ever played. Like it's very interactive turn-based combat, but I really love building and specking my characters, like feeling like I'm combining my Pictos to make this like super OP thing. I'm like, I'm sure the devs didn't think of this. Like obviously they did. Obviously they almost like Slay the Spire, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I really then I like the fact that there is a skill element. I like the fact that like, oh, I got quite good at parrying. And so now like I'm probably under-leveled for this person. I'm only chipping away their damage. But if I keep parrying, they won't hit me. And so I can like skill my way through like some encounters. The music, I've been like listening to like the soundtrack, like
it's amazing. Year. It's really, really good.
Like it's on almost every
sound design as well.
They nailed it. Yeah.
In the fights, just considering it's turn based, they're so cinematic of like the camera movements and stuff. Like it's not your typical thing where you have your characters facing each other.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a bit of that, but it's mostly like the camera's swinging around. You're getting all these like dynamic angles, and it's so interactive that like you have to.
And it doesn't sacrifice the UX, like the pace of it, right? Like normally it's like you choose like sort of like, are you going to have simple menus that are really quick, or are you going to go for style but it adds something? Just like no, they managed to do both. Like the thought of playing this and then playing like an older Final Fantasy, and it's like go to items. I want a Phoenix down, and I'm going to scroll.
I've been playing it with Dragon Quest 2 from 1989.
The fact that like I hold a button and then it's like the 4 face buttons, what attack? Like hold a button with what item, like everything is so fast and snappy, which is good because it adds to like the narrative, like the especially like in an intense boss fight. If it feels like it's slow, like it will slow and menu-y and like it takes you out of it. Like no, I'm mostly looking at like the characters and the action and their animations.
We're having to focus on that as well because of the parrying and the dodging.
Exactly. Like it keeps me in it and it keeps me into like the intensity up. Like I ended up doing it fast. And I didn't need to. I could have taken my time and fought more, but the game almost pushed me to do that.
Oh, also, because it's like the inputs for moves are like left trigger, then X. It's like you kind of learn where things are as well. So like, I have like my battle opener that I know for every character. It's just really, really good. And maybe after I finish it, maybe I would have moved it to number 1, but I just didn't manage to find time to finish it this year. But yeah, truly amazing. It is as good as everyone says.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see where it ended up for me.
And it's also funny.
Yeah.
There we go.
Got a bit of humour in there. All right. So my number three is Death Stranding 2.
Okay.
So close enough.
Well done, Kojima. Kojima and Co. Speaking of Kojima and Co, my number 2, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta.
Oh.
August 28th by Konami Digital Entertainment. Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta is a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 from the PS2 days from when we were kids. That came out. I love the Metal Gear series, and I loved it growing up. But for me, MGS3 was always my least favourite because I always found it was too finicky, and it was really difficult, and I couldn't see, and it was like... I always found it to be quite... So whenever I went back to play one, I'd always play 2, and I'd be like, I just don't want all the stuff at 3. But
like
then,
the camouflage system.
Yeah. But then
everyone's
like, oh, 3's the best one. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's just annoying. Like, I feel like it's unlocked 3 for me, this remake, because they've added a few quality of life things. Like, it's way easier, and I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm playing as Legendary Solid Snake. It should be easy.
I guess Snake. If they've kept, like, the game design mostly the same, but improved the camera and the controls,
yeah,
it just
so
naturally
the
is
big,
easier,
one
right?
big change they've done is they've added the MGS5 controls. So now you can aim over your shoulder, and you can, like, change camo without opening a menu. Like, it just does it in the UI. And obviously the graphics are new. It looks absolutely amazing, and it's just way more streamlined, and it feels like you're less punished for messing around. Like, you can get away with more because you are more able. And then not only that, it now has autosaves. So in the previous one, you used to have to, like,
it was a PS2. You just have to like save it to the memory card, and then if you wanted to reload, you have to quit back to the main menu, and it's taking ages. Whereas this is just you just press start and load is there. So I feel like I'd hear over 15 years, 20 years, however long this game's been out, oh, you can do this, and I'd always be like, oh, that's cool, but like I would never do that because I have to lay under a table for 20 minutes to wait for the guards to leave. But now it's like, oh, I heard of that thing, I can try it, and I'm able to do it because the controls are so much better. And they've added a few things, like as in extra content to the game, and one of them is in most of the areas, there's 64 areas because they're broken up by load zones, they add a guard that has a film reel on him, and if you can hold that guard up without damaging him or alerting him, you will unlock like a film reel to watch, which is like just one of the cutscenes or whatever. But it's like added enough difficulty to it that like you'll get into an area and you get your scope out and you'll be like, there's the guy with the film reel. How do I get to him without causing
I'm not just going to trank everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you trank him, it breaks the film reel.
Yeah.
So you have to get up behind him and hold him up. And like that, for me, that became like the challenge of the game where every area I'd be like, there's a guy here somewhere that like, I need to hold up. And like, yeah, just really fun. And also the, playing it tandem with Death Stranding 2, which is very similar. It's like, oh, you just want to mess around and do stuff. Like, I feel like that also taught me to play Metal Gear Solid 3 better than when I was a kid, which I was just tranking everyone and
I played on very easy and just
everyone. So I played this with all of the quality of life stuff on, standard difficulty, but yeah, it's just awesome, like really fun, and also good New Game Plus. The original didn't have New Game Plus, so this one, as soon as you get your backpack back, you get all of your guns from the previous run through. So yeah, MGS3 Delta, you should play it. You'd enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I've been tempted. I think I mentioned to you last time. I've waited long enough now. I'll wait until it's cheap.
It's also only 10 hours long. So
yeah. Like, because I'm in the weird time. I didn't play it when it came out, but it's probably not like too discounted yet. So I'll play it maybe next year at some point. As a gap, and I want a bit of nostalgia.
Yeah, it probably look great on your telly as well. Because it's like the graphics are people just glossed over how good the graphics are, but they're amazing, like really good. And also they kept all the PS2 animations, so like even though their faces have been redone, because obviously the mouths were just flapping before. Like seeing like the thing is of Snake is that he's like a character, whereas when you play as Sam in Death Stranding, he's very much like a conduit, like he's like a vessel. Whereas Snake is like you forget that he's like this confident, like cheeky guy, and you go to rescue Sokolov. Sorry for anyone who's not played it. We're deep in the weeds here. You rescue Sokolov, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know if I can get back to my family." And Snake says to him, "Like, oh, are you having second thoughts?" And it's like, I was like, "Oh my god, he's a character! Like, he actually has opinions and like cares about what he's doing. Like, it's just, yeah, really, really crazy, really good in tandem with Death Stranding 2. So yeah, recommend."
Cool. Right, my number 2. Do you have a guess? You probably know what the last 2 games are, but can you guess which way around they are?
Well, I know Silk Song's going to make an appearance. Are they saying that? Oh, you haven't done Expedition 33 yet, have you?
No.
You piggybacked off mine.
Yeah.
So it'll be one of those two.
Yeah.
I think you've given number 1 to Expedition 33.
Okay, well, my number 2 is Hollow Knight Silk Song. I deliberated back and forth on this so much. So, yeah, for those that have watched for a while will know my love of the original Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
One of my absolute favourite games of all time. And then somehow the sequel didn't disappoint despite the long wait. Yeah, incredible game. I love Hornet as a character. I love the setup of Silk Song and like the setting and kind of like your goal. I like Hornet's moveset. I love the soundtrack, and it changes up the gameplay, but it keeps kind of the core thing that I loved about Hollow Knight was like getting lost and mapping out areas and like pinning things on my map and being like, I'm going to go here and then I'm going to go there, and like the self-motivated goals. It keeps all of that while also adding I think more characters and then more, I guess, traditional side quests on top of that, which I didn't realize until later on ended up kind of affecting kind of some of the different outcomes that you can have in the game, depending on kind of how many and which side quest that you do. Really incredible boss fights. I know like the difficulty's been like a talking point for like until rolling credits. I think it was tuned just about right for me as someone who's spent a lot of time, played through Hollow Knight 1 several times, like and someone who likes difficulty. Like I sometimes like say if I'm playing a Souls game and I fight a boss that seems cool when I beat it first go, I'm kind of a bit disappointed.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
Like, oh, I feel like
You didn't get the full. You didn't learn all the moves.
I feel like I've barely got to know him, right? So I'm someone who's like I think some people don't like that. I'm someone who's okay repeat playing the boss. I do think there's a few areas where it kind of it lent too far in terms of being punishing rather than difficult. In terms of like something like the run backs seem worse than the first Hollow Knight game, and there's a
Sorry,
few,
do you think that, or did you see?
I think that.
Okay, you think
I think some of the run backs, especially like a certain area that where if you go into like the ground, like you into like the water, there's like maggoty water, and it means that like you can't heal for a bit, and then that's
Right.
on the run back to the boss, and then there's some bosses where you have to like fight a gauntlet of enemies before the boss, which is frustrating because I'm like, I just want to learn the boss. It's like, okay, I know I can beat these guys, but I have to do it every time before I learn the boss. So there's a few outlying areas where it's not even that it's too difficult. Like I did it and it wasn't too hard, but it was like, oh, this is not fun difficulty.
Yeah.
You know, I want to learn.
This is your number 2, mate.
I know, but I'm explaining why like it is not number 1.
Right, okay,
because
yeah,
that would be
yeah.
the expectation,
Yeah.
right? But in terms of the game as a whole, like it's a game jam-packed full of moments. Like
Yeah.
in terms of not knowing what's going to happen next, and like there's quite a few more like I mean they had it in Hollow Knight 1, but like quite custom moments where it doesn't happen in just a cutscene. Like something happens so unexpectedly and you don't know why. Just an absolute masterpiece. I mean, you can tell that Team Cherry put so much care and love into this
course,
game. It's
yeah.
such a huge map. There's just secrets absolutely everywhere. So hunting down all of them is really good fun. If you're a fan of the first game, you've probably played it already. I would push you to play the first one first if you're going to play both of them, mostly because of the difficulty. And I kind of have them very level. Like it's not like I'd probably out of the two slightly lean Hollow Knight 1 because it was the first one.
Yeah,
and I
get that.
also like kind of playing as the knight and feeling like he feels so weak and slow, and he's like quite small on the screen, and it's like this dark, mysterious world. I kind of like that. Whereas Hornet's like powerful and confident, which is like I enjoy it in a separate way, but I kind of like the
underdog.
Yeah, I kind of like that a little bit more. But like these are like I know I'm gonna at some point go like I'm gonna play through the Hollow Knight games again, and maybe in like 3 years I'll play through both of them back to back. I'm sure it will happen.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
I actually think mad that Team Cherry did it. They came back with another game that was another 10 out of 10. Like
Yeah.
we had a bit of a period of time where like a lot of people were looking forward to the big games. It was like Final Fantasy 7. Oh, it's got a remake. Oh, it happened. And then like Hollow Knight, like, yeah, that's, they're going to make another one. Where is it? Delayed, blah, blah. Came out, loved it. I actually think the next one is going to be whatever Soundfall does after Expedition 33. I think that's going to become the next thing that's like, there's no way they can do it again.
Yeah.
And it's going to get delayed and like all the rest of it. And then
I think with Expedition 33, like as long as that team doesn't go like a Disco Elysium route, or as long as they
seem
as long as they stay a core group. I think with Expedition 33, it's so good on every level that you feel like it would be hard for them to mess up now. Like you don't fluke your way into an Expedition 33 or a Hollow Knight Silksong.
No,
right?
no.
There's just some core level of artistic expression and design
and understanding,
philosophy,
understanding what they're
that
doing.
allows you to create something like that. And then just the dedication and willpower to stick with a project that long to fruition and put it together, which Silksong absolutely did.
Well, actually, speaking of Expedition 33, because it's your next one anyway, if they made another game, would you be happy for it to be within the world of Expedition 33, or would you want to?
I think personally, I would like it something different. Like I would be happy with either.
Same genre though, because obviously they're good at that.
Yeah, but if they have quite a big twist on it, like I don't think I think I just trust that team. I mean, if they made something completely in a genre, if they're like, okay, we're making a fighting game, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe that's too much.
That's a good idea for them to say the characters of that game would make a good fighting game. All of them with their own like unique mechanics.
SKA, just squishing people. Like I trust them now that I'd be like, oh, I'm kind of, in the way like. Say like, oh, well, you really like Dark Souls. It's like, yeah, but then I love Bloodborne, and then I loved Elden Ring, and then I like Sekiro. Like it's sort of like no, it's the core and the heart of the games I like. It's not necessarily that world or that setting. So I would be happy with either, but I think just the curiosity of seeing them doing something different, I'd slightly lean that way.
Right, my number one. Have you got any? You must know what it is, right?
I haven't really been.
You haven't really been paying attention to me for the last year. I've had a year of not listening to you, actually.
I don't know. It's not that that online game that you've been playing forever.
What, Dead by Daylight?
Dead by Daylight.
I haven't played that for like a year.
Okay.
God.
But that's what made me think of it, because you were saying about for like.
Well,
for
my
year.
number one's a bit of a cheat because it's a port.
Okay.
But it only got its console port this year. It was PC exclusive before then, so I kind of feel like it counts.
Okay.
It's UFO 50.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This game, I feel like they made a game just for me. Like, it's a proper old man game where basically Joe actually had it. You had it in your top 10 last year, didn't you?
Probably.
I think you had it in like number 6.
Okay.
But basically, it is a game where it's about a development. Such a weird thing to describe. That how do you even describe this? It's like a team that found a games console that had 50 games on it that was from a failed company in the 80s, and they're basically preserving it and displaying it to everyone. So you can buy now like a collection of games from a fake games console that never existed, but all the games are designed mostly within the parameters of something from the late 80s, early 90s.
Imagine if this was the sort of game everyone always made, and then they released Doom: The Dark Ages. They're like, oh, finally, finally a game where you shoot people rather than go through
Finally.
an archive of fictional video games.
So not only is it an archive of fictional video games, they're all like long games. That's the crazy thing about it. It's like you think like, okay, it's like 50 mini games. It's like no, they're like full games. Like
They vary. Some are much longer than others.
Yeah, some of them I'd say some of them you could probably beat in under an hour, but some of them are like 30 hours. But it's just I just think it's an unbelievable achievement that this like any of them could have been released on their own and they would be pretty good. But the fact that you get all of them, and also I've been listening to interviews with the development team on this show called the Eggplant Show, and like they're like, oh yeah, no one's going to like all of them, and that's fine. The reason we put them like this is so that you can pick whichever ones you want. And they're like, yeah, we put Barbuta, which is the first one. They're like, we put that one first to encourage people to put it down and go and play something else. Like they've thought about everything, and then
that game is impenetrable.
Yeah, yeah. But this Eggplant podcast has like really opened my eyes to like just how much developers and stuff are thinking about their games. Like they have like a half an hour conversation about the undo button, and it's like I don't want to go on about them too much because it's about the game, but the other thing is they just have the most insane guests where like, here's the combat designer for God of War, and we're here to talk about Waldorf's journey. Like we play as a manatee and you can fly, but like I think it's like really inspiring and really amazing to the point where like I've tried my hand at game development now because I've played games in UFO 50 where I'm like, this is all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be the next insane thing. Like I played Waldorf's Journey, which you're just a manatee jumping along, and I was like, I could make a game like this. Like it's simple. So it's just been like, it's really, it's just unbelievable. And I've only dusted off, because you dust off the games one at a time. I've only dusted off 35 of them. So I still have 15 more games I've not even played yet. And I've completed 9. So I've done all right. Mm-hmm. I've completed quite a few of them. And the other thing, which is also mental in it, is that the meta narrative is the development studio goes through hard times, and you learn that by playing the game. But like, and it's not like hidden so deep that like you have to look it up or anything. It's like it's there in plain sight. Like there's this bit where you find some mammoths, and they're like, "Oh, I wish we could enjoy our time around the fire instead of always just collecting firewood." And it's like, oh, that's like the developers are like saying like what it's like, developing their game, and then like they're making games about how the fact that they were bought out, and it's like it's just so clever and unbelievable. And I think it took 8 years to make, and it's by the developer of Spelunky.
Yeah, and Downwell as well.
Yeah, a few others. He's got like a few guest games in there. Yeah, the guy that made Downwell made a game that you go up with.
Yeah.
Finished that one. I finished that one. It's great.
That was a fun one.
That was good. So yeah, that's my game of the year. And I think I'll probably continue to play it forever.
Yeah.
You played this. We played it on the plane, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome game.
Yeah,
awesome
it's just going to live on my Steam Deck, so it will always just be a thing I can load up at any point. And
Yeah, really
play
good.
quickly.
So I guess that means our combined one
would be
Expedition 33 is the
Expedition
highest.
33. Come on,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that little underdog finally managed to get an award to his
Yeah.
name.
You know, I was so between it and Silk Song. I was so in between, and then I chose Expedition 33, and then I saw that like, it won everything at the Game Awards. I was like, it's so predictable. Like my top two, like I guess.
Yeah, and the Silk Song devs were like, I don't know if they were being whiny about it. Did you see what they said? They were like, we're not
No.
going to the Game Awards because Expedition 33 is going to win everything, so they didn't turn up. But I don't know if they were being like, it just depends how you read it. It depends how you read it, doesn't it? It's like if you read it in the voice I did, it sounds bad.
Well, they're in Australia, right?
It's a long trip for them. It's a long trip,
right?
yeah. But no, good on Expedition 33.
Yeah, and the reason why it ended up over Silk Song, the deciding factor was the newness of it. It was like, it was so like Silk Song surprised me, but within the format that I was expecting the game to be. Whereas Expedition 33, I had like no expectation going into it. Like I always thought it looked good. Every time they showed it at a showcase, I was like, oh, that's like, I like the art. That's an interesting world and characters. But I had very low expectation. Well, not low. I just had no expectation going into it. And I had the realization while playing it of like, oh, no, this is special. Oh, this is, yeah. And so I think that's why I kind of wanted to mark this as Expedition 33's year. It kind of
Well, I had that. I saw that Xbox did like a developer direct randomly, and the three games were Doom, The Dark Ages. What's that one that's like the Bayou?
Oh, you played it?
What's it called?
Something of the Deep? Something of the Call of Something of the Deep?
No, it's not.
No, is that not it?
No, it's not. It's called. Oh my god, I can't. It's written on the screen. Whatever it's called, it's written on the screen.
I played it at your house.
I played it. I didn't finish
Something
it.
South of Midnight.
South of Midnight. South of Midnight. Call of the Deep. South of Midnight.
South of the Deep.
Yeah. And Expedition 33. And I remember like not being that fussed about any of them, and then watching that developer direct and being all three of them being like, God, these actually look really good.
Yeah.
Really surprised me.
And they're cool development studio and like, this is our chateau in France.
Yeah, this is the piano room.
Like, this is like our like art designer who's got like a really cool beard. And something. Like, of course he's your art lead. Like,
yeah, no,
I
that was
remember
cool.
that.
That was cool. So yeah, that's it. We're done.
That's our top 10 games. Please do share your, even if it's not a top 10, your top games of this year, of games that released this year. Leave them as a comment down below, and we can kind of get an idea of what the community's thinking. But I guess the bonus points game of the year is Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Well done, then.
Well,
Well
I
done,
guess
Samford.
Death Stranding 2 in second place. I guess maths would work out.
Yeah, I think so. And I don't even know what would be after that. Lumines.
Yeah, I guess. Is that the only other one? They the three
I think
games
so.
on both
Yeah,
our list?
I think so. That's good. I'm happy with that.
Cool, awesome. So, we spoke about it in the Christmas quiz, and then kind of at the beginning of this episode. I know there's been a bit of kind of confusion about what's going on with the bonus points in general, but the plan is so this is the last kind of normal. Well, no, it's not normal, but I know we're not normal. Like podcast episode or like video that we're doing. So there's always a chance that at some point we might want to do a one-off or something in the future. We're not deleting the channel. All of the content's still going to be there, but we're not kind of planning, we're not carrying on the main podcast or kind of any of the other series that we're doing. So for all intensive purposes, this is kind of the end of new content for the bonus points.
Yeah. And the video version is obviously not going anywhere, staying up forever. Audio version, probably take down in a few months. So, but I'll put out what I'll do is I'll publish an episode of me saying like, you've got a month left. And
for those that don't know, you've got to pay like a server to keep the
audio. Which is why I don't want to keep
it's
it
not
up,
like we're deleting them. It's just
Yeah.
we always would be paying forever to keep them all up. And seeing as there's the video version as well, we think it's probably fair enough.
You just shut your eyes and then it's audio. And there was a bit of unrest in our comments about why we weren't revealing why the show was ending. And it's not anything nefarious or bad. It wasn't behind a paywall. Like we didn't put it there. The only reason that we've not talked about it is because I would like Joe to speak for himself. I don't want to speak on his behalf. I never have done. So I appreciate everyone that also hasn't, who could easily have done. So if you would like to, it's not that exciting. Don't get too excited, but you can.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really.
It's
like,
not that exciting. No, it's not. But everyone thinks something's happening, so you
Yeah.
just need to put it to rest.
It's just I just feel like it's kind of, it's kind of like when I finish like the Stampy videos that I used to do is like, I enjoyed doing it for a time, and then it kind of got to a point where like the time putting into it compared to the enjoyment getting out was starting to get a bit skewed. And I kind of mentioned that I've just been playing games a little bit less this year in general. And so I kind of feel like I've kind of got what I wanted from doing this. It's been a lot of fun. It's been amazing kind of having this new community that we've had over the time. But I mean, it was going to end. Like there wasn't a decision to like, will we end it? Like the podcast was going to end one way or like everything ends.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just choosing the right time. And the end of this year for me just kind of seemed like the right time. So there's no other reason.
We ran 4 years.
Yeah, like
We
did
ran a
it-
long time.
We did it for a long time. There's a lot of man hours went into producing this show, and we spent, we really cared about it, and we spent a lot of time.
we did. I hope everyone realizes how much I really cared about like just making sure it was good and like really spending the time and effort editing everything and like
Yeah.
we weren't just throwing things online.
Yeah.
Which is partly why it's like it takes so much time, and it's like because we are also the bit you're not seeing is finishing games that are 25, 26 hours long. And it's
And like
that,
recording, playing through them, and
Yeah.
writing your notes. And
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So it does take a lot of time. It was really fun. It was really
Yeah.
good. So, as I said in extra credit, I did exactly what I wanted to do with the person I wanted to do it with, the way I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for being kind of part of this little bonus point saga. If you haven't seen all of the videos, I'm sure there's most of you haven't. There's still probably plenty more videos that you could go back and watch whenever you want.
Yeah.
But apart from that, as I said, there's a chance something would pop up, but I wouldn't wait for it. like it's
Yeah.
yeah. It's
And what's the one just you were saying about the episodes? If you go to bonuspoints.com, every episode is listed really easily. You click on any one of the game titles, take you to the episode. That's probably the way I would do it now. Now that's all set up. So yeah. Thanks everyone.
awesome. Thank you all so much, and guess have a lovely 2026, and we'll see you all later.
And 2027 and 2028.
No, we're cut it off there.
All right, cheers everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.